Hi, it's Chris with Implied Music, and I'm back with another round of my work on the music for a play, The Sound Inside. I've had some give and take with the director now, and he's asked for something that he calls beautiful quiet. Well, we're going to look at how dissonance can be beautiful. We'll look at my piano patch, some of the music, try to break it down a bit. Let's jump in. Well, this is, I guess, round 4 of this, and I've been kind of operating in a vacuum. But yesterday, I got a text back from my director. This is what he had to say. I love the pieces. Is there any chance we could get one that doesn't drive as much? I've been sort of creating something that was sort of propulsive, still has some mystery. Beautiful quiet, but with music. Beautiful quiet may have been enough. I think he's right. I think beautiful quiet may have been enough. Well, it's my middle name is what I told him. Listen, I'm using Piano Tech. It's an upright piano, and I've sort of created a much sort of mellower version of it. For this instrument, I've added the una corda, the single string, or, quiet, soft pedal, I think is what most people will call it. And also, I've felted it. Now, the felt sound is an important sound as well. Let's take a look at the music. I'm just going to sort of play it in the background. We'll talk a little bit about this. When you're composing music for a play, you're educating the audience's ear about the language of the music, my impressions of the feelings of the play. And of course, if you're going to use something that might be a little difficult to hear, a little dissonant, you'll have to carefully engage the audience's ear with that. The truth is, dissonance is crucial in writing for theater or film. What I've chosen to work with mostly in this play is the 5th mode of the melodic minor. And you can see here a basic sort of pattern that's repeated with different bass notes. And that basic pattern begins, you can see on the G, A flat, B flat. It feels like it's centered around C, but it has some unusual qualities. The ascending melodic minor of F. The scale is from C to C. Let me just play you a little bit of that. So here's the ascending melodic minor from F to F. Now, if I play that from C to C, I get a very different effect, don't I? Turn it up a little bit so you can hear it better. I get a major chord on the 1 chord, and then flat 5, minor flat 5, another minor flat 5, and on the 4 chord, a minor chord. So I've got an unusual sonority. I've got that run of whole steps. A flat, B flat, C, D, E. So it's a kind of a floaty sound, isn't it? Major chord, flat 6, flat 7. It has a great quality. It's a way of getting into that ambiguous, almost film noir sound without having a minor chord. You've got a major chord, but the flat 6 gives you a little bit of spicy energy there. Well, let's go on. The next piece, just block chords. And again, from that melodic minor mode, C in the bass. The strong dissonances, the tritones and major seconds, are spicy, but the overall impression is of a terrain, a landscape of a single sound, and that feels stable to us. So our ear accepts it as something to take in and appreciate. And of course, I'm helping myself out here quite a bit by using generous amounts of reverb and delay, of course. This last piece has a slightly more moving quality. It sort of moves forward because it's got a basic pulse. And almost a recognizable melody on the top. That basic theme right there, from G down to A flat, it feels a little bit like C major, F minor, that sort of elegant minor 4-chord sound. Over the A flat, sinking back down to the G. Contrary motion, strong dissonances, but because the contrary motion is so persistent, we sort of accept it. Very simple, thin textures. I'm taking some inspiration from the Estonian composer Arvo Pärt's work. It's well worth looking at his compositions. Not the symphonic ones, but the piano works, the chamber works. Arvo Pärt, P-A with a double dot over it, R-T, P-A-R-T. And then a very simple outro, that A flat sinking back down to the G. What I've learned to do, especially in what I think of as ambient music, and of course one person's ambient music is another person's heavy metal, but what I've learned to do in my own work, and I basically write contemplative music is how I describe it to myself, or even devotional music, is trust the sound. And whether the sound is strong, perfect consonants, imperfect consonants, or a fairly strong dissonance, if I trust the sound and manage it carefully, I've discovered things will work out for me. I believe that dissonance can be beautiful when managed well. We've talked in the past about prepared dissonance, and we've talked about spicy, chords with seconds in them, and all this stuff is really secondary to the emotional language of the sound. Well, I hope this has been useful. Like and subscribe. If you'll ding the bell, you'll be notified when I do my next video. I'll see you next time.